Untitled Americans and Amplify, the American Mentee Program, here in Northern California, Southern California, stream live throughout the United States and the world. Mr. Tyrell and Victor from the Northern California office, rocking and rolling. Today's theme is Amplify. Amplify the art of the deal, amplify your life, amplify creative real estate investing, because that's our jam, right? That's what's going on in the area. So I appreciate it. Can you give me a check? You guys can see if I can hear you guys.
You're good over here. We can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. All right.
All right.
Got it. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Switch it up a little. That screen's a little smaller. Okay. I'm gonna do something with the chat overlay. See if it works. Can you see anything there with the chat overlay on the right hand side? Is that working?
It says messages from audience will display here. Does it say
the one in the middle next to his picture? Yeah, we can see the overlay one.
Are you able to type in that, or is it just private chat? I think all I can see is your stuff, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to have Vic go to the link on his phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Otherwise, we'll just take it out.
Yeah. Right. He's doing it now. Let's see.
All right.
No.
Okay, we want that. Also, the chat. Let me see how I test. Here we go.
Yeah.
So just bear with us. Just test this real quick. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, really? Okay.
How'd you do that?
I didn't do it. It says can't post chat messages on some channels. So that means this is probably going to go. This one looked like it went to YouTube.
Yeah, it came here too.
Okay, so test. Got it. Interesting.
Yep. I was able to make comments last time. Because remember Shondaland was here? And, Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Let me see. So you're not able to you're not probably able to type anything in unless you're on YouTube or Twitter or LinkedIn or one of the channels that's plugged in, right? It sounds like.
Yeah, maybe there's like a something you have to toggle on your end to enable it.
Yeah. Okay. It's able now because when I did the test, it shows it that it's on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn it off. Go from here. We'll go. Let me see. We got this one here. A little bit. Just this. That good? Get the meat.
Yep.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Got a little bit of outline. If it's not getting too much feedback, which it sounds like it is on my side. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Where'd it go? Amplifier live. Whoops, sorry. There. No, that's not it. It disappeared on me. Oh, it must have split. Okay. You see that? Oh, it did. Okay, it is gone. All right, now we got this on there. I don't know why. Oh, well. We had Amplify Your Life, basically, was the promo. So we're going to go ahead and just talk a little bit about Amp Live, Amplifying Your Life, real estate, what's going on. I got a couple of cool stories I want to share with you guys with kind of stuff happening in different states. If you see this video anywhere floating around, you know the drill. Or if you don't, I'm Erick from AHA, Americans Helping Americans, Amplify, the American Mentee Program. AHA, Americans Helping Americans, is a real estate investment firm. We buy, sell, fix, flip properties across the United States. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track, together with you and others. We got the beautiful conference room down there in Northern California. We're streaming live throughout the United States as well. So if you see this video, super important, save it, stop it, go through it. We're gonna drop some awesome nuggets today. We're gonna Tyrell and ask him a couple of questions. He's actually rocking and rolling, recruiting throughout the United States as well, because we're looking for good people. We're looking for good people throughout the United States for our cause and mission, which is real estate, helping you get out of that job, helping you get out of that line of it is what it is, being a sheep, right, and moving into becoming a maverick, an entrepreneur. Yes, it's harder. Yes, it takes more blood, sweat, and tears to get stuff done, but every American should have a chance. We all have our dreams and aspirations at the end of the day. So I might get a little philosophical today. We're going to talk about some real estate. We're going to talk a little bit about amplifying your life, amplifying real estate in your creative real estate realm. If you're not in that stuff, I definitely get it. But if you're an agent, a broker, a real estate investor, a newbie, a wholesaler, or just a business owner who wants to get into real estate, reach out. Go to amplive.net or reach out here if you see this video, type in some stuff, or go to Facebook and connect to any of the Facebook pages for Amp Live or Americans Helping Americans, and we'll get in touch with you. There's probably going to be some links on this video or wherever you're watching this video or wherever it gets promoted. There'll be some links down there to get you qualified or just to talk with us or just to share with us what you got going on. There's a lot of things I want to talk about today in regards to just what's going on in the industry. Where's it going, right? Where's the disconnect? People are rocking and rolling. Some people are not rocking and rolling. I definitely get that because of the state of what's going on with the whole economy in the United States of America and the world, right? I won't get into the politics of it or the religion part, but I am a God-fearing man. I believe in God. I'm not a holy roller, but super important to have some type of higher power for you. This whole business is mindset. It's all right here. The only thing we truly have control over is your mind, and that's it. The universe is based on what's called chaos, right? Controlled chaos. But even then, shit happens for a reason, and shit blows up and crashes, and Mother Nature's there to guide us. It's all all those things are under the realm of God at the end of the day, right? And we can't control things, but we can decide how we work them. We can decide which way we want to go. We can decide if we want to get pissed off that day or have a bad day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm awesome. I'm feeling awesome right now. Before I was a little in and out. We're all human beings, and we're going to be going in and out through our moods and changes. But today, it's about amplifying real estate, amplify the art of the deal, amplify your life, amplify creative real estate investing. Wholesaling is a one-trick pony. I'm not into the wholesale. It is what it is. Everybody wants to wholesale, right? So when people come aboard, I want to wholesale. But we're into wholesaling. Creative real estate investing, options, right? Seller financing. Constructing the deal is the most important thing, right? Because deals are created and deals are made. Like when I got started, the same thing. I had to think about what I wanted to do, how I wanted my business to be perceived, how it's going to, how do I want the brand to look? And I get all that. A lot of people do that, and that's the right way to do it, but that's because you're serious and you're moving from one career to another. And you're going to set all those things up. Did it take me a long time? Will it take you a long time? Yes. I've seen this stuff happen. People put the cart before the horse. They build out these beautiful websites. They spend money on Google and they spend money on Facebook. They spend money on all these lists. Some spend money on direct mail, usually $4,000 or $5,000 or more, sometimes $10,000 a month to get all these leads. And they're sending stuff to because that's what the guys or the gurus told them to do. And go after absentee owners, right, which are landlords, and you put a landlord up against the newbie, they can get their ass kicked. So hopefully they got some tough skin, right, and perseverance to keep them rocking and rolling. Hopefully they're reading their books. I don't have mine right here; it's over on the shelf. But the bottom line is, you got to be reading. You got to have your mindset rocking and rolling. Don't listen to the people who say it can't be done. Don't listen to the people that are negative people, and they're just going to be like viruses and take your what. They're going to take your mojo. They're going to take your positive mental attitude from you. You have to change that stuff. You got to be, more powerful than them at the end of the day. Because the world's the world. The world don't give a shit. But if you are solid and you don't, here's my thing, right? Don't hurt your fellow man or woman, right? Don't circumvent people. Don't go around their backs to do deals and shit like that, right? Be forthright. It's all about integrity and loyalty, right? Then communication can break down. We can repair that, but the other two, just here they can't be repaired. Once they're broken, right? It's like tainted. You broke the covenant. But it happens in this industry a lot. I've gotten burned. People have gotten burned. Even when I got started as a bird dog, if you don't know what that term means, go gaggle it, right? Do your thing, and that's how it starts off. You can do some bird dogging. But there's a lot of wholesalers in this market that I would consider bird dogs. They're taking other people's deals. They're going ahead and take out and get their information. They'll copy and paste it, try to build a list, or they bought a list, or they got a list from PropStream or some bullshit, and do some campaigns, and then try to say, I got a deal, but it's not their deal, right? They're just copy and pasting. What I call copy and pasters are the new bird dogs of the day, and then a lot of wholesalers that they call themselves wholesalers, but they're not. They're not locking up deals. They're not negotiating deals. They're not trying to, do what needs to be done to help that fellow seller or the fellow American sell their property or do something with it, or crossing some lines because they're not real estate investors, right? Oh, interesting. This is a trim. Check this out. Let me see what I got here. Oh, cool. Is that you? Yep. Says paired. All right. Sorry, man. Let me do some. I got the shiny object syndrome, man. If you guys got questions, please ask. And I'll go ahead and stop and open up a conversation. We'll make it pretty, what do you call it? Just personal. Because I might say something to just go ahead and stop me. And then you can ask me some questions and we'll get them answered for you. Because right now it is about just kind of like the state of what's going on in the industry. I want to amplify your business. How do you do that, right? How do I amplify my business, right? How do I set myself apart from other We Buy House companies or wholesalers or whatever they want to call them nowadays, right? When I got started, I just called myself a real estate investor, right? Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. So you call yourself what? A real estate investor, not a wholesaler, not a you call people in the first time around, I'm a bird dog and I'm looking for deals. They're going to say a bird dog. What the hell is that? Right? What is a bird dog? Are you an agent, a broker? What are you? Right? It's just the industry term, just like wholesaling is the term. And once again, I'm going to throw it on the table. Wholesaling is cheap. It sounds cheap, and it is what it is, right? It's wholesale. But I wouldn't put that label on me. I never did put that label on myself. Of course, it came out, in 2008, 9, and 10, thanks to social media. It was just a real estate investor. I'm a real estate investor. I buy, sell, fix, flip, hold, creative real estate investing, everything underneath the sun. If you got a real estate license, awesome. That means you just got to disclose that you're a real estate professional. And I'll give you my 2 cents on that, because just because you go and take a license doesn't mean you're a professional. It just says the government says you're a professional. You got a license, just like driving, right? If you got a license, it's a right. It's your God-given right if you're born in the United States of America to be able to drive on this U.S. soil, to have a car, right? They shouldn't be charging you for a fucking license. This DMV can go suck a dick at the end of the day as well, right? Because it's all bullshit, right? I'm going to get a little political. Some of this you may not like if you see this video and it's floating around. I definitely get it. It's maybe not for the faint at heart, but it's all about truth with AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and the people that we work with, right? Let me go ahead and do this. Hey, there you are, brother. Okay, cool. So we're good to go. That's kind of interesting. All right, what we got here? So I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here. Got the mug rolling. If you got questions, please hit me up, man, and we'll stop. But I'm just going to go for a rant, right? It's all about Amplify. Get things going. Get your juices rolling. Read your books. Watch your videos. But if you're watching videos, man, I don't know. Videos are cool, I guess, right? I just don't have maybe the mindset to watch a video and watch it all the way through, unless I was really going, shit, I got no money. I got nothing. And I'm going to watch this video all the way through, watch it over and over and over to figure out what the hell this even means. Where's the golden nuggets? Where can I read between the freaking lines, right, to decide, hey, is this good stuff, bad stuff? And then you got to go through all the bullshit to figure, does this work? Does that work? Is this real? You got to do a lot of your what? It's called research. That's kind of what happens with fellow Americans these days, right? They're not researching enough. They're listening to what's on the stupid news, which is propaganda and bullshit, designed to slow you down, designed to make you say, I want to go get a job, or I don't want to work today, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, right? I don't even watch the damn news, but if I do, I can digest probably 1 week's worth of news and 2 or 3, maybe, reading some posts and some other things, just like real estate. Decide you got to do the due diligence. You can't sit there and go, oh, I heard this stuff's going on with foreclosures and the market's going to crash next month and all this. Okay. If it does, it does. Be prepared. We're geared up and ready to rock, right? We made more money in a down market than an up market. It's an up market now. It's slowed down a little bit. Who cares? But pre-foreclosures are coming out. NODs, notice the defaults, notice the trustee sales are happening. Inherited property and people, yes, the wealth exchange is happening. Happens every single day, but a wave is going to be coming, right? Because you got all these baby boomers that have kids and they're going to pass and they're going to get property and then they're going to want the property and the kids don't want the property or the heirs don't want the property, they just want the money. All right, I take a breath there, right? I kept going, right? But it's true. So we're tapping into different markets throughout the United States. Texas, we're going to Texas because next cycle is going to be an awesome, juicy place to be for subject to and all those creative real estate investing strategies. And picking the right title and escrow, and I always say even from the last cycle, right? So hopefully they're going to be nicey nice out there, and they should be real estate investor friendly, because if it wasn't for investors, they wouldn't have a freaking job with the standard real estate agents and trying to do traditional real estate. There's always going to be sales, but without real estate investors that are going for the low-hanging fruit, not the Blackstones or the BlackRocks of America or the world, right? They go straight to the bank and buy 10,000, 20,000 at a time, right? There's all kinds of other smaller firms and hedge funds and all that good stuff, right, that are gobbling up stuff. Syndications are doing that, right? The REITs are gone because they're too expensive and bulky. And that was like probably a couple of cycles back. I won't get into that. But we got new stuff now, right? Syndications, fundings, or funds, equity funds, and firms. Think Grant Cardone does that shit. How do you think that does all his apartments, right? It's kind of like a form of crowdfunding, creating a fund, designing it like a syndication where you can manage the fund, get a piece of the pie, but you're going to put in an equity position of about 40% and give 60% to everybody else, raise all that juicy cash, go buy all those juicy apartments. Now, hence on paper, he's a freaking billionaire. Awesome. Congratulations at the end of the day, brother, because he's doing his thing. And some people don't like, the forwardness of him. He's cool. I can take it, right? I can listen to him. I can digest him, right? Because I understand that. I can also understand people with a softer approach as well, like the guy from the Wolf of Wall Street. He's more about like the art of the deal and stuff, constructing the deal, understanding about the shit, like, instead of sell me the pen, sell me these glasses type shit, right? And understanding how to say a certain thing and it mean a certain thing. They're going to figure things out and go, hey, like I always say, right? We can say one thing, get in the door. Someone else can say the same thing. It sounds the same, but they just won't get in the door because the seller's not going to hear it, right? That's more of like the art of the deal. And then you got your, your hard sales, right? Bam, 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 close, bam, 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 close. It all works. It's sales 101. There's a time and place for all that. I say have a become a well-rounded expert. The art of the deal, amplify the art of the deal, right? A little Wolf of Wall Street action. And then when you really have to hammer and you're going, shit, I got to close, bring in Cardone, right? Because Cardone is the hard close. He'll hammer you and he'll close your ass. Right? That's what it's about. You want to close shit, you got to put stuff together and become a well-rounded expert in this business, right? You're a real estate investor. If you're a real estate agent, that's one thing. A real estate broker, that's one thing. If you're a real estate agent, you're doing you're working with buyers, and pretty much probably because you're new. You won't graduate into listings until you've done some buyer transactions, and then you start doing some listings, and then you become a listing agent, or you might just like dealing with buyers. That's okay. We can still work with you, right? We can turn you into an expert and dominate your area because you're not going to know what 97% of the world knows, right? You're going to know 1 to 3% of what we know as far as creative real estate investing is. And that's going to help you in your business, right? When things start shifting and changing, you're going to have to adapt, adjust, or perish. Even as a broker, that'd be a good thing. You got any brokerages out there? If you got a broker, or if you are a broker and having a hard time, give us a holler. If you got brokerages with 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 1,000 agents, give us a holler. Reach out to us, right? Call 888-828-1468. That's the national number, 888-828-1468, and reach out. They'll get in touch with me. We'll get in touch with you, and we'll be more than happy to turn your real estate agents into kick-ass experts in your area to dominate your area. Trust me, I guarantee your agents are spending $6,500 on some creative other real estate stuff, right? Maybe sales. I think we heard about one guy who's paying $6,500. I'm not going to say, I could say it. It's Tom Ferry or his son Ferry, whatever it is, right? I definitely get that. That's cool. That's a different type of lead generation, right? That's pretty much referral, business by referral with some technology. Not that it doesn't work, but he's investing in himself. If you're investing in yourself, that's an awesome thing. Something come up? What we got? Cool. All right, what do we got there? Okay, cool. Oh, what do I think about YouTube University? Well, YouTube University, it has its place. But I'll go ahead and finish up what I was talking about real estate agents, and then we'll get to YouTube University. But real estate agents are broker. If you're looking for I guess a team to help you out, we can do that in Northern California, Southern California, anywhere throughout the United States. We'll work with you, and we'll put something together for you. In regards to get in touch with Tyrell, and he'll get in touch with us, right? And we can set something up and do a meeting like this, or we can come out to you, and we can see if we can put something together to train your experts so you can dominate and destroy the competition in your area by knowing this stuff, right? This is not by referral. This is stuff that is probably going to be out of the round, but as long as we'll get into that part. You disclose. It's no different than having a Keller Williams, and then that broker owns a escrow company or a title company. Disclose. We can be your, what do you call it? We can be your, what's the word I'm looking for? A secret weapon, right? They don't got to know about us. We'll sign whatever agreements we need to, and we can get into that to help out your brokerage. Okay, we love to speak with you. So reach out to Tyrell, or if you're wanting to get involved with AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, reach out, touch bases with us, reach out, and we'll go through the process. It is a selection process for the one-on-one mentoring. We do have a 90-day and 30-day coaching program with interactive mentoring. Those are a little bit different. It's not much of a selection process, just as long as you're eager and you put your way up a paper bag, follow directions, and be coachable, take action. You're going to get results, always do, and it'll save you a lot of time. But we'll go ahead and talk about YouTube University. What are my thoughts on YouTube University? Well, it works, right? I mean, my YouTube University was a bunch of CDs. You buy a course, and then you plug in the CD, and you watch all the videos, and you read all the books and stacks of books and stuff, and you read the little thing, the books that were there, and you study and you figure things out. And for me, there was always leaving a little bit out. You got a puzzle. Just think of it, you got a whole puzzle, but then you're going, shit, what the fuck is that? All the missing pieces are gone. All the missing pieces are gone down here. All the missing pieces are gone down here. So you got to watch this video to fix that, to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that, to do that. You got the time for it? Sure. Some people say, you can learn anything on YouTube. It's true. I'm not going to lie. I'll jump on YouTube and go, hey, but how do I fix this thing on the car? What's that going to cost me, right? Let me check it out. Can I do it? No. Maybe when we watch the video, that was pretty easy. It's what you don't know. It's what you don't know. And when you figure it out that you do know because someone helped you, but this is not like fixing a widget. It's not like going and fixing some plumbing or some shit. I'm going to fix a flat, or I'm going to figure out, what contracts do I use? How do I find properties? How do I wholesale? Free is free and free is shit. And it's all about lead generation. They're only going to give you so much so you can come in and buy their course, right? And then you can go in and watch a bunch of videos, get some PDFs and do their thing, be part of the community, have some people and VAs hitting you up right there on, through chat and everything. It's just like a real estate investment club. I definitely get it. It's good to get up to a certain part, right? And start, do your due diligence, YouTube it, watch it. If you got the time to do that and you can handle the videos, go for it. It's going to get you, at least give you a base. Read some books, study, and then start moving into figuring out, how do I want my business to be perceived? What do I want to do? What's going on in my area? Become an expert in your area. Go study your area. See what's going on in your area. They say go to the real estate investment clubs. You can. It's about the same thing, 85-15 rule. 85% are newbies, and 15% are the ones that are part of the core. If you could squeeze yourself to the core, then awesome. Get in with those peeps, right? But you got to bring tremendous value to those types of people. They're not going to work with you, right? Just keep showing up and bringing some value. Show up and bring some value. If you can do that, or show up to meetings and things like this and whatever. But usually 9 times out of 10, when you got a bunch of people and they're on there and you're trying to get stuff, questions asked, it just doesn't work. But YouTube University has its place. It's a great starting point. Read some books, study, check out your market and the industry. It's like anything else. If you're going to do a job or go in that career, study. See if it's going to be for you. I had to make sure that, hey, is this business? I'm working a corporate gig. I'm going to go into real estate. Do I get a license? Do I become an agent? Do I become a broker? Do real estate investing? Am I going to fix and flip, buy and hold apartment buildings? I'm not sure. Figure I just want to get some properties, fix and flip a couple, buy properties and hold on to them, while I'm doing my career, park my money into a real estate investment and things of that nature. That was the goal. But then I started getting obsessed with real estate. I'm going, wow, if this shit is real, this is what I'm going to do. Can you really buy a property with $10 or $100 and control it? Fix it, flip it. Can I avoid using banks? Yeah. Well, shit, that's awesome. How can I do that? How can I raise private money? How can I build my own bank? How can I have my own bank of money to fix and flip deals? Shit. That's, I don't know. Is this top secret stuff? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, hey, if this is real, I am doing this shit. Right? So.
Hey, okay. Eric, can you hear me?
Go for it. You want to chat? Go for it. Let me put you up there. Here you go. It's water time, man. I'm a little parched. You there?
Yeah, get you some more. Yeah, I had to grab the mouse to unmute. I was gonna say, so far so good. We got some questions in the private chat. When you get a chance, take a look at them. I got Averly in here. She got a question about ARV. Sure. So if you want to touch on it, or whatever, that's nice.
Sure. Is there a proven formula for ARV? No. There's formulas, hard ones, easy ones. We like to go with the easy one, right? And you can basically figure out your ARV based on comps. Kind of using the same method as a comparable market analysis is probably your best bet, like a real estate agent. And be able to get apples to apples, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,400 square foot, within 1 mile radius, and then looking at comps that are houses that are kind of ugly, and then looking at those comps that are rehabbed. You may not find any houses that have been rehabbed, or you may not find houses that have any sales. Then you know, and you're probably in a not a good area, and you're probably not going to want to move forward unless you can get a really good deal, or go sub 2, or work with the seller and turn it into a rental, because it might be a rental market. So ARV, getting your ARV is a lot of variables, right? Is the house on a corner lot? Is it in a cul-de-sac? Is there a train behind it, right? Is there a school or a park next to it, right? Is it a single story or 2-story? Now I'm going deep on this, but as far as the ARV, is there a guaranteed formula, or what was the question that said something about a proven formula? Proven formula just means, does it work? Yes, they all work. But we like to go very simple and take your ARV. If we can hammer down those numbers, apples to apples within 1 mile, then we'll go ahead and look at that $300,000 property and then determine, hey, okay, what's our ARV based on that? What type of repairs? We're not going to know the repairs, so we're going to have to guess on that. I'm not going to get into that right now. But then we're going to have to look at the comps. What is selling? 200, 250, 300, 395. And if they are apples to apples, the ARV, then we're going to times that, right? So we're going to get our ARV based on our comps, minus repairs of about anywhere from 15, 20, 25, 30, $35 a square foot. Unless you're in a high-end area, then it could be 45, 65, 75 or more. And then pretty much figure out what your square footage is or figure out your repairs based off of 1,400 square foot. And then eliminate that and then come up with your, 70 cents on the dollar, 75 cents on the dollar, 80, 85 cents on the dollar. Things are some people are getting it, man. Some people are putting stuff on the market at 80, 85 cents on the dollar. If they can get it, awesome. More power to them, right? But at the end of the day, there is no formula per se that says this is guaranteed, because real estate at the end of the day is going to sell for what someone's willing to buy it for. So there's a lot of variations in there, right? It's highly speculative, but it's better than the stock market, right? And once again, I'm not a CPA, an attorney, bookkeeper, full disclosure. Take this information, run with it as you would or not, right? But that's the bottom line. Anything else there? We got a question mark. We'll get to it. What if there are no comps? Well, then you're probably in an area that's not selling. And if you're in an area that's not selling and you're trying to do the wholesale thing, then it's going to be hard to sell that deal because nobody's going to want it. There's nobody buying. If they're not buying the area, then you probably need to take a look at the demographics, take a look at what's going on in the area, and see days on the market. It might be better suited for an Airbnb, or maybe it's better suited for a rental property. And then you're going to want to maneuver into either subject to or some type of option or some type of seller financing. and that's probably going to be the best way to roll with that. Unfortunately, because the investor is going to ask you, unless you're buying yourself, and if you're buying a fix and flip, then you got to make that decision. Am I going to be able to sell this thing if there's no comps? And that no comps could be everything's 4-bedroom, 2 baths, and your property happens to be a 2-2. Why is that? Could be the assessor, county assessor, or it could be the seller. And we run into properties like right now. There's a Texas property. It says a 3-1 on title, but it's a 2-1. Somewhere along the line, someone made themselves a master bedroom. And a lot of these properties that you're going to see in the investment world, right? You're looking for problems. You're looking for issues. You're looking for distressed situations, because the more situations, the more money you're going to make. I think we have some in Northern California right now where they went and built some stuff out. Some were permits and others didn't use permits. So now we're not going to get the square footage. We're not going to get the bedroom off of it, right? Because they didn't get permits to build that extra bedroom and create a bigger master bedroom. And the bathroom's not going to show up. They got it in there, but you're going to have to buy the property as is, which is going to be cash, conventional, or the appraiser's going to come in and say, we can't count that, or you're going to have to tear that shit down because the bank's not going to give these people a loan at the end of the day. So there's a lot of variables. There's no like something that's solid. How far are you supposed to go in your comps? What does that mean? I'm not quite sure. Oh, within a mile. Awesome. Yes, a mile. That's what a real estate agent's going to do. Yes, how much square foot? That depends on your area and contracting and depending on what's going on in your area. $15, $20, $25, $35. Yeah, it's advisable to have some money in sub 2, but we're having that discussion earlier about sub 2 and going, or just real estate in general. Do I want to put my own money into deals? If they're my deals and we're going to keep them and hold on to them, that's one thing, right? Because it's your money. If they're deals that you're going to fix and flip, when I got started, I said, no, I'm putting any of my own money because I didn't have any of my own money. And even if I did, I didn't want to put any of my own money into a damn property anyways because it's fix and flip. And I got that bug where we're going, what? Private money? From watching a video, kind of like the YouTube University thing, right? We didn't have that. There's pop in a CD or some shit. Watch it over and over and go, this deal doesn't make sense. If they use hard money, it's not a deal. If they got traditional real estate and they've got a loan, there's no deal. Then I heard inside the video, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and go to my private money investor, and I'm going to borrow the money. I said, oh, private money? What the fuck? All right, now I understand. They went and got some private money of, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunt, your uncle, your friend, a business person who says, I got $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million in the bank. And just want to write a check and secure that money to that real estate. Hence, private real estate, right? That's basically what I did. So I said, okay, that's the way to do it. Go with that. We call them friendship deals. Okay, there's all kinds. That's what we call them. Other people call them whatever the hell you want to call them. But it's somebody that says, look, here's the deal, like a sub 2 deal. We're looking at a property in Northern California, sub 2. We go sub 2, make up the back payments, give the seller some money, put some money into it to fix it, put it back on the market and sell it. 3-month, 6-month pad. We're going to need that money, right? At the end of the day, to keep the lights on. So we go to a private investor, say I need $150,000. Kind of like Texas, we can do that. Give us $100,000 and we'll give you $100,000 in a good return investment. We'll go ahead and fix it, put it back on the market, resell the $1, get your money back, get a return investment that we agree on, and then we're going to get our profits and do what we need to do at the end of the day. But the investor will always get paid. The seller gets taken care of first, then the investor, and then we do all the work, and at the end of the day, we get paid last, right? It's okay. It's a fair thing at the end of the day because we're not having to go to the bank. Don't have to go to hard money. And you just go to a private real estate investor who's willing to write a check and go ahead and roll their money 2 or 3 times a year. So sub 2, it is advisable. You have to have something because if you're going to go to truly sub 2, and sub 2 could be subject to the taxes, subject to existing financing. It could be subject to me doing this and that, whatever you want it to be. But 9 times out of 10, it's subject to the existing financing. You got a loan in place. You're going to need some money somewhere. You're going to have to get that money and do something with it and secure it by that real estate that you're trying to lock up. A lot of people are trying to do sub 2 for an exchange or instead of seller financing, right? We just like to do sub 2 period. Lock that son bitch up, right? You can still wholesale it. I don't even like the word wholesaling it. Why don't you just say we're going to sell it? You're going to take it down. You're going to be the trustee and the beneficiary of the property, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You can keep it. You can fix it. You can monetize it. You can turn around and sell it. You can even list it. They're going to list it with you because you're the trustee and beneficiary of the property if you do it that way. And it's not about just taking the deed. So I won't get into that too much. But that's how that works. Do you have to have your own? Yeah. Yeah, you sure do. You don't have to. But if you do, put it to use. So a lot of people say, I got to save up 20%. I got to save up a bunch of money, right, to do the traditional stuff. Like we had a gentleman in Riverside who bought himself a quad, bought himself 2 or 3 properties in Ohio. Now he's all tapped out. Got some bad management, negative rent, because he just jumped in, said, I'll go old school. Regular loans, got money saved up, tapped out. Now he's kind of fucked on some of these deals, excuse my French, right? See, now you got to wait. Got to wait for a year to try to get those rocking and rolling, get them lined out. Otherwise, sell them, unload them. That's kind of what's going on right now. A lot of investors are getting in from 2 years ago. Chinese virus hit. They go, oh, shit, this shit sucks. I want out. Get out, get out, get out, get out. And a lot of investors who were in it for a long time want to get out. So we're seeing a lot of tired landlords, seeing a lot of people who want to sell their properties right now. So there's a pro tip, kind of telling you what's going on all the way from the Florida, East Coast to the West Coast. That's happening. Everything in between. Inherited properties for sale by owners. We're getting NODs, pre-foreclosures, notice of trustees, pre-foreclosures, same stuff. Absentee owners, tired landlords, all that good stuff is coming down the wire. Let me see what else we got here. What do you think is going to happen in the next year or two? Break out the crystal ball? We can do that. The crystal ball. Here we go. Ready? Here's my crystal ball. Howdy, howdy. All right, so the crystal ball here is this. Check this out. And if you got something to say, go for it. Bring it on down the wire, guys. Cycles and trends. I always say cycles and trends. I like to go back to the 1800s all the way to 1907 and then look at everything that happened with the recession, the roaring 20s, right? Then we got into 30s and 40s and went to war and America went bankrupt. So we brought in all the Carnegies and the Andrew Carnegies of the world and the Rothschilds and all that shit. And here comes the devil, banks, right? Banky's been around for a little bit of a spell there. But we had to get bailed out. That's when the Great Depression came in, right? I had a father-in-law, God rest his soul, World War II veteran, right? He used to tell us, that shit. They'd have these things in the back, and he came from Missouri. He was born in the Midwest. And they'd have these, ham inside, right? So you can do beef jerky and you do all that good stuff. You had to stretch out your money. You only got so much food, so you'd have to stretch that ham out for weeks and weeks and portion control. Heck, if you wanted tires on your car, you had to get a coupon. So here you go. Your number's coming up. We only got enough, so many tires for everybody. And if you got one of those, you can put some tires on your car because everything was going towards the war. And then things kind of shifting up. And then banking started emerging. I'm not going to lie too, right? You can probably read some stories. When all these big old executive buildings, when the stock market crashed and all that good stuff, right? And you're going, hey, there's some people that were in real estate. And they're going, what can I do with that? And they're going, you're crazy. Oh, yeah, I want 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 floors. And I'm going to do some businesses in here. And he started reusing these big old buildings. And other people were going, you're crazy. Why are you doing that? We're in a depression. People are standing in line for food and this and that, all kinds of crazy stuff. But he saw something that others didn't. Once again, that's kind of like the trees, right? When I ask you, when you look at a forest, what do you see? Right? Some people are just going to see trees. Me, Mongol see tree, right? That's it. No, there's a freaking forest in there, right? And that's what he saw. So he started cutting them. And then I think he started turning into what we call it today, right? Like condos and co-ops. We're going to take this building and buy it. And we're all going to come together and we're going to start doing the condo stuff, right? All the walls are common and this and that. And then he started selling these things off in the freaking depression. So, When people make excuses about, oh, this is that and that and this, the next 2 years, but that's my little story for today, right? But for the next 2 years, let's keep rocking, right? It's not going to be like a regular cycle, but it's not going to be like the last cycle, but people are going, oh, yes, it is. We're going to have the worst in the stock market, and this is going to be so ugly and awful. And, 2 years, we got what? 2 years, we're going to have a new president, right? Who's it going to be? Don't know. I'm not going to give you my 2 cents on that, right? But I'm a patriot, so you can put a label on that shit any way you want. What I mean by a patriot is American. I believe in America. That's why we believe in you at the end of the day. We believe in helping our fellow Americans. And our goal is to position ourselves, yes, for the next 2 years and beyond, for the next 2 cycles. But we're gearing up, so hopefully you're gearing up. If you're not gearing up, yeah, you're going to feel the pain if you're in this business. You're going to feel the pain. You just got depending on the type of job you got at the end of the day, whether there's a need for it or not. I do know 2 things when I got into a regular gig and then even into real estate. People need 2 things to survive: food and shelter, right? So pick number 2, shelter, real estate, and go for it. Help your fellow Americans and make some money doing this, but it's going to take to adapt, and to be able to adapt in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, is learning the art of the deal, learning creative real estate investing. Because the regular wholesale stuff, it's only going to take you so far because it's a one-trick pony. It'll be done still, but it'll be done in a different manner. Wholesaling is just selling a damn contract. You're assigning a contract to someone else, and that comes from the commercial environment or the commercial world. Cycles before we even got into doing that with real estate. It's just that somebody back in the 80s got creative, right? With subject to and options and seller financing. So you really got to gear up. So hopefully if you gear up and take a look at what we're doing here, we're looking for good people. We're building this throughout the United States of America as well as the world. If you know, different countries are different countries, but it is what it is, right? It all works. The techniques work and the systems work, and it's about learning the art of the deal. So 2 years, can it be good? Yeah, we're going to go through a cycle of NODs, pre-foreclosures. Then we're going to go to short sales because he's going to get tapped out, simple supply and demand. Then you start getting tapped out, over leveraged. And then we're going to get into short sales. And then once the short sales are done, we're going to get into what's called REOs, or real estate owned, where they're going to go to the auction and no one's going to buy them because it's over leveraged property. You got $1 million property that's worth $300,000, $500,000. Who's going to buy it? Nobody. So the banks are going to take it back. Now, the BlackRocks of America and the Blackstones of America or the world are buying that shit behind our backs, right? And gobbling up that paper because they want to gobble up the paper and then they want to put it back on the market and then they want to turn this shit into rentals and then sell that. They already tried that in 2014, 16. I think with Blackstone. That didn't work. You know, it took a big dive. So once again, that's like a good thing for us because we want to go after the low-hanging fruit. We're not going to the bank. We're not going for the whole orchard, right? We want to go into the orchard, right? The forest, and go in and maneuver and gear up with our gear to go in there and take care of our fellow Americans. Every orange or fruit is a fellow American, right? We're not going to buy the whole tree. If you want to buy the whole tree, go for it. But when you buy the whole tree, there's a lot of rotten shit inside of it too, right? So you got the good and the bad and the ugly when you do that. They can afford to do that. And then they'll want to keep all the good shit and then unload all the shit to the newbie investors or to the suckers that go and buy those things, right? That's why New Western and some other companies with that business model are having a hard time. One, because MLS is older than shit. That's 5-6 years old. Can you still do it? Sure. Does it work? Sure. It's a little bit different, but they're even having a hard time, right? And that's because they go to the MLS and they buy the properties, they lock them up, and then they try to wholesale them to some newbie investors. And what I like to call, unfortunately, suckers, right? They'll buy 2 or 3 and they go, shit, I didn't make any money. What happened? And then they never buy from them. Then they go, oh, yeah, I know who those guys are. I won't go there. But there's other brands that are like that. They're good people. At the end of the day, everybody's trying to make some money, but it's just not for us, right? It's not the game we want to play. We want to actually go in, get those properties, the new hanging fruit, go after, help our fellow Americans, and do what we need to do and construct those deals based on their issues, based on their problems. Not just you can go in and say, here you go, 70 cents on the dollar, 85 cents on the dollar. Take my offer, will you? Text, email, whatever, phone. blind offers. Does it work? Sure. If you build a village, you'll get some closed. I think I heard somewhere you write 500 offers, you'll probably get one accepted. Well, if you want to write 500 offers, go for it. You'll get a deal accepted. Then you got to get it sold. So anyways, 2 years, rock and rolling, keep on going, simple supply and demand. There's still a supply and demand, meaning there's more property, right, than we have be able to be sold, or less property, sorry. So there's less property, so that means the demand's higher. It's going to be more, going to cost more. But as we start getting notice of defaults, and more starts coming into the market, then we're going to start shifting. So when we got more inventory, prices are going to go down. So that's just a little simple thing there. But in 2 years, I think we're okay. Nobody has a crystal ball, right? We got something going on in November with some new, people, senators and things of that nature are shifting gears within the political arena. Then they're going to be fighting hard for another 2 years to try to get some more people. I will tell you this, and here's my 2 cents, right? It's kind of been of a game for about 100 years. We've been trying to do with the United States of America. And then, of course, that started in about 30 years ago with Clinton, right? We started taking our jobs out of America, putting them in Asia and China and out of the world and shit. Now we don't make shit. Instead, we just, I don't know, right? We get all this shit from China, shit that'll break. Ideas that they stole from the United States of America, right? We let that shit happen. Why? Because of fucking greed. Money, 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 money. It is what it is, right? I think there's a way where you can still make money, help your fellow Americans. And that's why we're so powerful. That's why this country's so powerful, right? But it's going to happen. Americans forget. Every cycle, take a look. Go back 10, 15, 25 years. Last cycle, everything's good. Rock and roll, high on the hog. Crash. Boom. Oh, my God. The banks are evil. Well, yeah, they are because they get the same houses back every time. Plus, they're insured on top of that, right? So they're set up. They're good to go. Is it going to happen again? But Americans forget. Like the Chinese virus, right? Oh, my God, this is horrible. We got to stick together and this and that. Everybody's afraid and scared. 2 years go by, 3 years go by, 5 years go by, 6 years go by. They're going to forget. And all of a sudden, living high on the hog, we crash, something happens, boom, it happens again. Bank's going to get all their money back. Shit's going to shift. And for us, if you know those things, right, be prepared. Keep on rocking and rolling. I guarantee you, if you come aboard and you work with us or find somebody to work with at the end of the day, right, cycles and trends, you're going to make more money in a down market than you will in an up market. Can you make money in an up market? That's like saying if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I hear people saying if you can make it in California, you can make it anywhere. Oh, whatever, right? Just fucking the grass is green right where you stand. Doesn't mean it's better in Ohio or does it Missouri or the fucking Vegas. Vegas is transient. Alaska's transient. People come, go, come, go. If it wasn't for Airbnb, yeah, a lot of people would be fucked. Excuse my French, right? But it's true. And Airbnb is getting a bad name anyways because Airbnb is doing their thing, right? Where they're on the side of the renter, of the seller, or the people who rented those things out. And we've had our bout. We've done Airbnb. We love Airbnb until we got an Airbnb loco crazy son of a bitch, right? With cameras and shit that were illegal. Houses. I went to the house and it looked like what? Look, I thought it was in foreclosure. I told the dude that. Is your house in foreclosure, man? He got all pissed off. Well, hey, I don't like the way this is coming down and this and that. This might not be a good fit. I said, we already paid your damn money. Give us our money back and we'll leave. This happened in Big Bear. I said, no problem. Go ahead and do this and do that. I said, I'm not canceling. You got to know the rules, right? Know the rules. You cancel and then he's going to take your cash. I'll give you back your money. What, are you going to give me back half? Give me back a day, 2 days or whatever? No. Looked the guy up. He was a mortgage lender and all kinds of shit, man. We're living high on the hog on his boat and all this shit. So I know who he is. I said, come on down, man. Come on down, brother. He was talking about the cops and shit. Oh, I'm going to call. He said, I'll call the cops for you right now. We called the cops, brother. We called the cops in Big Bear. So you got a piece of shit fucking Airbnb fucker out here doing his shit. Right? Well, we can have you removed. He knows, too. He can have us removed because it's his property. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Awesome. I just want to let you know that. Because he's going to do it to more people. And then we look down at all the feeds. Guess what? He's done it to other people. He'll take a look at you on the camera. If he doesn't, whether it's race or he thinks this or that or if they're partiers, guess what? He's not going to let, you know what? He won't answer. He won't give you the key. Right? So it was pretty crazy. And that kind of tainted us with Airbnb. But you got some crazy local people. So if you do Airbnb, don't turn into a loco, right? just do your thing. You can arbitrage that too. You don't even got to own the property if you want Airbnb. You can get a lease. Say, hey, tired landlord, awesome spot. It's near Staples Center. It's near somewhere, wherever there's revenue, money. Cleveland. It could be Cleveland where there's a bunch of stuff going on. It could be Florida where Universal Studios is at. Anaheim where Disneyland's at. Take that property, find a tired landlord, and then negotiate. Say, look, you're not getting any rent. Maybe rent's like $3,000 or $2,000. Tell them you're going to write them a check for 12 months, 6 months, guaranteed for 3 years. Turn that son of a bitch into an Airbnb. You don't even got to buy it. You're leveraging it. Creative real estate. Arbitrage your Airbnb. Why not, right? I'd rather do it that way than risk of going and spending $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 on a house. Then I got to fix it all up. Then I got to hire a crew. Then I got to do this and do that and make sure that we do it right the first time. Right? It is what it is, but it's doable. Some people love that shit. Oh, yeah, I love Airbnb. It's so beautiful, it's so wonderful. Cool. If it works for you, go for it, right? All these things are awesome, but you got to learn them one way or another. You got to become an expert, and figure it out what works for you. Anyways, what do we got? What do you do? 2 years? What do you know about YouTube University? Oh. Trying to virtual wholesale?
Hey, Eric, go ahead and switch the screen back while you're talking so we can see you. All right.
That's right. Oh, yeah, we had your mug on the whole time, man. All right, there you go. Now you get the mug. Get the meat. All right. So what we got, I'm trying to virtual wholesale. Can I do it in the city? I'm not sure what that is. What tools do you use in your everyday real estate activities? Who cares about tools? Is there any certain class that teaches you how to close because scripts only do? No, yeah. You need to do some role play. You need to find yourself a mentor or find yourself someone like Tyrell or Victor or someone on our team, or go out and find a mentor that's willing to work with you, right? I had to bring tremendous value for me to make that happen. But yeah, is there a certain class that teaches you? Classes? Not really. Scripts do work. Trust me. You just need good scripts, and then you need to role play them, and you really need to dig in. Like I mentioned, if you have somebody that's kind of like the art of the deal, same thing. If you understand, you can say something in the same manner in regards to maybe wanting to close the deal. And then you can try to wing it because you're going to say, that's what I did the first time. That don't sound like me. I'm not going to say that because it isn't me. And I tried to rehearse it, and it didn't work. That was from a script. And I said, that's not me. It's not going to work. So I didn't do it. And I put the pin down. I put the contract down, and I didn't close. It didn't close. 2 or 3 appointments I went on, and I couldn't close. I go, what the hell is happening? Of course, me always analyzing stuff. I sit in the car, and I study what the hell happened. I went from the beginning all the way to the end and figure out where was the disconnect. What did I do to not close that deal? And then, I did find a mentor. I started working with a mentor. I started listening to him, how his voice was, the inflections in his voice, the modulations from going high to low to almost, handing over the calculator. I'm not very good with math. Can you figure this out for me? What do we got here? Put that stuff in their hands so they can figure it out. There's a bunch to it to a degree. It's just called the art of the deal. Scripts do work if you find a good script, but you also have to say it the way the script is written. There's some shitty scripts out there that don't work because they're just pretty generic. But there are certain things, there's certain words I like to call magical words. I hate saying the word magical, and everybody knows that. You guys know that. But if you say them a certain way, it triggers in their mind a certain thought, and you're building a picture for them, right? And it's a little bit of psychology that's racked behind these scripts, racked behind what we do, right? We'll go ahead and we have what's called a lead gen form that acts as your micro website, that acts as a script, right? That's your money maker. Because it's going to add, you're going to get all the information, but it takes role play where you just don't ask, what's your name? What's your last name? What's your cell phone? What's your email? How'd you hear about us? Would you like to sell your house fast, yes or no? No, right? There's a way to get in and open the call. There's a way to start going through and asking all those questions. I always say, get them to talk about what they know. You're calling about the house. Talk about what they know. The house. Nobody knows their home better than them. Talk about the house. And they'll talk and talk. Some will talk your ears off. Some are going to be gruff. Some are going to be a-holes. Some are going to be cool and lovely. You always want to circle back to the mission is the submission. Get back to asking those questions. Get back to your script at hand. And if you ask those questions and go through some rebuttals, they'll give you the information, like I said, everything from birth until now, right? That means you made a friend. They trust you. The credibility's there. And if people are going to work with you, it's because they like you, okay? No other reason. There's a common ground somewhere. That's a little bit of psychology as well. Mirroring, right? You got all these little sales 101 techniques, from the Wolf of Wall Street to the Cardoners, right? To everything in between. Mine, I just learned from my mentors. And then I shaped myself into what I do today. Shape ourselves into the art of the deal, creative real estate investing, Amplify your life, right? AHA, Americans Helping Americans, is the brand. I am behind the brand. I will always be behind the brand. But since we got this stuff, this is what we do these days. We adapt, we adjust, or we perish and go bye-bye and go get a regular job or do something else, or who knows, right? Or come back to it. I came back to real estate from my teens to the 20s and then rock my 30s, right? 40s kind of crazy because we had some shit going on, and here we are rocking and rolling on a different scale. This is the mission, plan and mission. So whatever you want to do, our goal is to help you get there. Whether it's to have a franchise, well, not franchise, whether it's to have your own office and rock and rolling, whether it's just to do some deals every quarter, whether it's do deals on a constant basis, to eliminate your gig, to move from your gig, or you love your career and you want to move into, hey, I just want a place where I can park my cash. I want to learn some multifamily. I want to learn how to buy motels, commercial. That's a different jam, but we know it. We can share with you. So at the end of the day, it's it is. What do we got here? A class. Yep, I get you. Best thing to a class is probably going to be our 30-day challenge. Jump in on that. Talk to Tyrell or someone in the office, or just reach out to us, and we'll plug you in with the 30-day challenge. 30-day challenge is going to help you break down deals, do some role play. It's going to help you search for deals. It's going to put inventory on your table so you can at least go ahead and do some deals, and at least get into that phase. We get into the scripts, right? We get into what the way, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you're not fumbling and stumbling, trying to figure things out, and just move with some professionals so you can get in the door. But then you're going to have another phase, right? Which is getting the appointment, writing up the offer, contingent upon inspection, going to the property, walking the house, because that's called the art of walking the house. There's an art to it as well. Sitting down at the kitchen table. Victor could probably talk to you about that. So can Tyrell. Anybody there at the end of the day who works with us, or any mentee throughout the United States, knows the drill, right? We're touching people 7 times before we go to the house. So the role play is super important. And when we build out our scripts and lead gen, it's based off of psychology. It's based off of stuff that's worked since 2003 until now. If it didn't work, we wouldn't use it. Because when I restarted and revamped everything in 2010 with AHA, Americans Helping Americans, I needed to make sure I could sleep at night. I need to make sure that what we do delivers and make sure we get results no matter what. If you this, and this, like a recipe, you get this. If you don't do this, and this, then your pancakes are going to taste like shit, right? It is what it is. A recipe works, and then you can deviate and change it and build a better recipe or get fancy later on. Just learn the basics of what we do, and then you can master the art first, and go that route. And the thing, I'll get back to one more thing, is when I was in a house and I did listen to my my mentor, listen to how he said things, his inflections in his voice. I pretty much just mirrored him, did the same thing, put the contract down, turned it around, put a pin down, said a couple magical words to him, waited, zip it, quiet, awkward, weird. Don't say anything. Silence does some magical stuff. Picked up the pen and signed away. Good to go. Now I know that it worked. Rinse and repeat, keep on doing it. Doesn't mean everybody that you do that to is gonna sign on the dotted line, right? Because it's a numbers game, but it depends on your closing ratio. So you have a 20% closing ratio, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. I'm a little rusty, but not rusty. I don't know, because I guarantee you, hyper focused. When you're hyper focused on one thing, deals, you become the master at it. 80% closing ratio. Give me 10 deals, I'll lock up 8. But they got to go through my process, right? Process that we go through now. Make that phone call, mission submission, do the second call, set that appointment, go to the house, walk the house, get pictures, video, walk the house, befriend them, see what type of repairs we need, sit down at the kitchen table where people break bread. They're going to be hospitable, work a deal, drop the seeds on the table so they can gobble up them seeds, and now they're selling us, called high trust selling. And now they start selling us on those seeds that we drop because now those are their ideas, right? They're going to sell us on this. Can you do this? Can you pay off my credit cards? Can you pay off my car? Can you give me $3,000 because my son needs some money to move into his house? Right now he's living, his kids and everything's living with me right now, and I want to get him out, but I don't want to throw him in the street. So I need $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000. It's like, well, is that our problem? No, it's not. But we drop our ego. Drop the ego, and we give them 95% of what they want, which are ideas and seeds that we already gave them anyways. And lock up that sumbitch, right? Help your fellow American. Make them feel good, because when we first get in there, they're all like, hunched over and this and that, and then after that, they got those ideas and their chest gets all big and like, can you do this? And can you do this? And what about this? And like, sure, maybe, I don't know. It's a great ideas. You want me to do what now? Well, I want you to do this, 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 and this. Okay, can you repeat that to me? I'll have them repeat it back sometimes 3 times. So you want me to go ahead and do this and then pay off your car and give $3,500 for your son again? Yeah, your son. Okay. One more time. Okay. Do it again. And then a third time. Do it again. Well, can you tell me what exactly? Okay. Well, I want to make sure I got that straight. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and they tell us. And then we go, okay. Give them 95% of what they want. Kind of like the young lady in the Midwest right now. I think she might be there. She may not be there. But Courtney, Ohio, send out an offer. They want a certain amount. Say, send it out. Go for it. We're not too far off. Send it out again, right? Because sellers are going to change their mind. It's okay. Go for it. You can write up any offer, but there is a flow to it. Intel. Get as much intel as you can. That's sales 101. Or you can just go through numbers. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Wham, bang, thank you, man. Throw a bunch of spaghetti at the fucking wall. See what sticks. That works too. All right, see what we got here. We're going on this for what we got. So any questions? Anything good? Give me something good so we can share. But yeah, scripts work and words work. Magical words, man, is what I call them. Even when we do it, we go with the 3 magical questions at the end. There's a reason for it, right? Because it qualifies them. Even if they say no, even if they say I need more information, our goal is still to go in and go with a creative real estate investing deal, because we're usually going after distressed situations, distressed properties, and we have solutions. Some people don't want to mess with that. Agents don't want to mess with that. Or their brokers are telling them, no, we don't do those. We don't want that stuff. There's a liability. Don't do it. No problem. Leave it for us. And if you're an agent who can get permission from their broker and they understand, right? They're like, okay, yeah, no problem. Just don't get me in trouble. That's what I did. Hung my license and said, hey, I won't get you in trouble. I'll pay it forward by when I fix these up or I buy them. I'm going to put them back on the market through your brokerage. I'm going to sell them at a discount. At least I'm paying it forward that way. Awesome. Cool. It works. You just got to pay it forward and do the right thing. Like I always say, don't hurt your fellow man or woman, right? Not follow the rules, but you got to be aggressive and you got to do what you got to do. Don't circumvent people. Don't go around people to do deals. Don't copy and paste. Don't run blind offers. Don't run, don't run ads and throw stuff out there and try to build a buyer's list when you don't have a deal. Always say, hey, that's another question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Do I go do a deal first or do I build a buyer's list? They're both good. You do either one, but if you're building a buyer's list, you better be hunting some deals too, right? That's just lazy. Then you're just going to become a JV or a Dispo person. Awesome. It's kind of like a real estate agent. They don't go right into doing listings. They go into, hey, I got my real estate license. I got to work with the buyer. I got to learn the buyer contracts. I got to go show them property. It's almost like a Dispo person, right? Almost someone who's going to build a buyer's list to take other people's deals and try to sell those deals and JV those deals and hopefully you don't get ripped off or burned at the end of the day. Hopefully you're doing some non-disclosed and non-circumvent agreements, right? Which you should be doing in this business. And if you're afraid of those, then you won't sign them. Then that's a red flag. I won't get into that, but that's my thing. What else we got? Anything else? YouTube University. That cracks me up. That's a good one. All right, let me do this real quick. Deals, where are they at? What's going on? Do we have deals? Looking for deals? You got any questions, Tyrell? Victor, anybody? Any questions rolling down here? I really can't see because I got the glasses on.
No, I'm good to go. I don't have any questions.
Anything that you want to share with somebody out there saying, hey, look, you're in the industry, right? What's a good way to get started, right? What do you think's happening in the industry right now? Maybe I'll turn it on you, a little Q&A, right? Or even Victor, right? What are you seeing out there in the industry?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot. Yeah, no, seeing a lot. You know, a lot of people wanting to get into this industry. I mean, I know a handful of people myself through friends and family who, you know, I mean, they bring up real estate all the time, you know, I mean.
Really?
I think a lot of people are looking to get into this industry, right? You know, whether, you know, as an agent or an investor, you know, on the investing side, a lot of people don't really know where to start though, you know, kind of like you said, right? It's like people come in, they want to learn, but, you know, it's not something that you can go on YouTube and say, oh, you know, how do I get started? How do I do it? It's not like fixing a flat. It's not like, you know, so, I mean, right, that's where we all kind of started though. But I'm seeing just, you know, throughout the last few months, doing what I'm doing and whatnot, working on the things that I'm working on, you know, like Erick said, right, we are looking for good people. And, you know, if you're looking to get in this industry, you can reach out to us, connect up with me or Vic or Erick, right? Just reach out to us on Facebook or, you know, wherever you're seeing this video. And we'll get with you and we'll talk with you and, you know, see if it's a good fit. But at the end of the day, right, you got to get plugged in somewhere. You know, I had to get plugged in, you know, for things to start making sense. You know, I was kind of spinning my wheels and just doing whatever, right? Whatever I was seeing on YouTube or whatever I was, you know, learning from, you know, my brother. I'm trying to be in the back pocket of other people, but you just got to get plugged in somewhere, right? Yeah. And to a team, to a core somewhere, right? With people who are in the field, they're in the trenches and they're doing the work. And then you're going to learn all this. It's all going to come to you eventually, right?
So what do you think is the biggest disconnect going on right now besides in when people are trying to get started in this business?
Well, I'll speak from my experience. The biggest disconnect for me was like just too much information out there. I don't know who to follow. I don't know who to listen to. I'm on YouTube, right? I told you guys this. I mean, I tell everybody, right? I was on YouTube every day. Just looking up a bunch of different videos. Every time I had a question, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, and I'm like, you know, putting these questions in these groups, hoping to get like a thorough answer. But at the end of the day, right, it's like, you know, kind of like how Avery, right, she asked about the daily activities and the tools that we use, but having the discernment to know and the experience to know the difference between what matters right now and what doesn't matter. You know, when I first came in, you know, I was like doing things backwards. You know this, Erick. Right? I'm like worried about CRMs and this and this and that. Yeah. But it was really just more so about like, you know, well, what's the quickest way to talk to a seller? You know, and use these scripts and go through the art of the deal. So like I said, the biggest disconnect for me was like it's too much information. And I get lost. Right. I get lost in it. But, you know, now I'm plugged in with you guys. And, you know, I'm never on YouTube anymore because I got everything I need here. I got a team. I got you, got Vic. And so I run everything on you guys. And we get shit handled.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes like when even if you're working on something or maybe you're working with some people and then you jump on YouTube and then you hear all this stuff and then it gets kind of convoluted as you're moving forward. Do you think that's confusing sometimes, or do you think that's a good thing?
Nah, it's not a good thing at all.
It isn't, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, see, Courtney's saying it gave her anxiety. It does. It's overwhelming. Like it causes
Right.
confusion. We gotta choose who we're gonna listen to. Um, make sure they have fruit on the tree, and like you said, right? It's all about integrity and loyalty. So we do have to kind of evaluate and kind of vet the people that we're looking to take advice from too, right? Just like us, right? When we're picking somebody aboard on the team, it's the same thing, right? We want to vet them, take them through a process, and say, okay, is this someone we're going to want to work with? Is it a good fit? It goes both ways. At the end of the day,
reciprocal.
It's reciprocal. So to answer your question, yes, it's confusing. It's information overload. It's a real thing, and that's why I used to get stuck in my tracks. I get like analysis paralysis. I'm like,
Right.
I'd be moving forward, then I'm like, I come to a halt. I'm like, shit, I don't know what to do from here. But
right,
that doesn't happen anymore. So, but
right. And then when you're working with us, then you can reach out, right? And it's not about going and watching some YouTube videos or jumping in a group, the blind leading the blind, or trying to wait and ask for a question. Hey, what about me? Right? And you hear all these other questions of a bunch of shit that happens as well. Sometimes that's good for coaching. It's good. It'll get you to a certain point. But then there's always going to be that disconnect right there, right? There's always that wall until you either find someone who's willing to work with you, or you jump on a team, or you work with other people. But then there's always it's a personality business, right? It's a personal business, people business, and you even got to do that process of saying, hey, do I want to work with these people or not work with these people, or things can happen, right? I think what we're doing is really, like I said, a cause and a mission, because other companies won't do what we do because it's not worth it to them, right? If they're not making a bunch of money selling education and selling videos and platforms and software and PDFs and stuff, right? Then it's not worth it for them to do. So that's why it's different with us, because it's almost like the opposite. They're giving you the back of a horse. We're giving you the front of the horse and the whole horse, right? And the water thing that brought something to my mind is like, there's so much information out there. What do I do? Do I drink the water? Do I drink Gatorade? Do I drink this? It's like even working out, right? So many things. That's why you have to study. You have to kind of look at the stuff and decide, is this for you? Is this my type of business? Is it going to work for me? And then try to weed out all the bullshit at the end of the day. Well, sometimes it's hard. A lot of people are going to go through months and years. And I always say, hey, a lot of people, when I talk to people, how long you been doing this? It's a year and 3 months. I spun my wheels, all right? Haven't even got a contract. Shit, they don't even know how to do ARV or anything. They're just like stuck. I said, well, what have you been doing for all that time, right? It's just a lot of, excuse my language, bad information here. They go this way. It's a dead end. I always say, right, what you don't know is what you don't know at the end of the day. So that's what worked for me. When that's the only reason why I went faster in my business and catapult my business, because I was doing the bird dog thing, right? Just like, a lot of people do or don't know what it is, but finding properties for investors. And then I said I'd lock up the contracts, and then I would sell the contracts. My goal was to fix them and flip them. But since it was such a good deal, investors approached me. Hey, you want to sell that? Want to sell it? Well, I can do that. Yeah. I'll buy it off you. Well, hold on, I got to close on it first. No, you can assign the contract over to me, or write it up, and then a lot of times they pay me out of escrow. They do table closings, find deals and cut me a check, boom, and then you have to close the escrow, which was cool. But then you build a relationship with some of those people because they're just going to write checks, and then others had to go to escrow, so I had to get a contract and then close it, or I do an option and sell them the option. Same thing happens in today's market. It's just we're just more fluent. And we got some more disclosures involved, and we're more cautious about who we work with, because we'll say in the last cycle, I go after a property, or any other investor go after property. We never would go after the same properties. And if I was going to sell a property to an investor, guess what? That investor had money. They're hard money. Had traditional loans, right? It wasn't someone else trying to sell me a deal, because it didn't exist, and nobody thought about doing that. Or why would they want to do that? Hey, I'll sell you my deal. You want to sell it, whatever. JV or joint venture, stuff like that. There's a lot of that disconnect that's happening in the industry right now. And that's where it's almost like, I used to work with a guy, his name was Frickenschmidt, right? He's a German dude. Cracks me up every time, right? Older guy, tells a lot of the same stories over and over, but his name was Frickenschmidt. And he says, man, you know what? I've been doing this business for so long, and you get all these young whippersnappers and corporate people and all this other good shit. They're just clogging the pipes. They're clogging the damn pipes. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And that's kind of the industry right now. You got a lot of people want to get in, right? Like the door's only this big, right? And then if you're going to get into creative real estate investing, your door's like that. But to get to that point, right, you got to be able to be an expert to navigate through that. Hence the Maverick thing, right? We can go to the Maverick thing, right, with Tom Cruise. But the thing is that, everybody wants to get in. Let's go, and we rush it. People may squeeze through, get lucky, do some deals. Are they going to be here next cycle? Maybe, maybe not. If they are, awesome. If not, then it is what it is, right? They may not be. There we go. How about that? We'll go ahead and, they'll make it. Maybe they won't. But I'm telling you that basically your pipe, it's like a funnel. You got to throw all these people in there, and only so many people are going to squeeze out, and everybody's trying to go through this little tube. Hence, you're clogging the pipes. Or I guess he used it because there was unions, right? And, when you're in a union, you can't get fired. Nobody can fire you, so you're clogging the pipe. Man, I wish that guy something would happen to him because I want his damn position, right? And that's how it worked. You had to wait for someone to die to move up the corporate ladder. But then, of course, all kinds of stuff started changing, unions and this and that. So now it's kind of like, hey, if you got some good skill sets, you can beat out someone who spent 3 years in the business, right? Or even now, I'll look at it, say the corporate gig, right? 5 years as an expert considered, but if you're doing 3 years in a corporate business, can someone else come in and say, hey, I'll achieve what this guy took 15, 20 years, or gal, and I'm going to do it in 4 or 5. That's what I did in my corporate gig, right? People get pissed off at me because it took them 15, 20 years to rise. And I'm like, shit, I am hyper-focused. Boom. Before I turn my 5th year, I need to be in this upper management regional position. And that was my whole goal. I found me mentors. I found me others that are willing to work with me. And I busted my ass for them to go ahead and learn this stuff so I can move up the corporate ladder. And then they'd make them look good because they're rocking and rolling and they're doing their thing until they'd leave. And then I'd get some asshole who want to squash me and try to, push me down down a different way because I got that maverick attitude, and it's okay. It happens, and that's where I got frustrated in my gig, got frustrated at all that bullshit. And I said, I'm done. Real estate's my shit. I'm going to take all this skill set and I'm going to go into real estate to get another job. And that's, rest is history after that. I got obsessed with real estate, still obsessed with real estate, obsessed with the art of the deal, structuring deals because deals are made and created. Deals just don't pop up and go, oh, magically there's deals. Everything is not a deal. You have to break down the numbers and you got to provide those solutions to your fellow Americans and to your sellers and to buyers and to investors. Everybody, you need to know your shit. And yes, there's a lot of stuff at the end of the day, but it can be done if you find yourself a mentor. Find yourself some good knowledge. Not saying we know it all, but hey, our heart's in the right place. Our cause and mission's at the right place. We will take time with the time that we need to work with you at the end of the day. We make our money doing deals. You got to make it reciprocal. Got to make sure you can punch your way out of a paper bag, be coachable, follow directions, be able to take action, meaning show up to the party, right? And then you're going to get those results. No matter what, there'll be results that'll come down the wire, but what's better is that we're going to talk about those results. Not about, okay, I got the results. Now what do I do? Do I go to YouTube? And do I read this pen? Do I read this book? Do I check out this PDF? Do I go to another YouTube video to figure this out and figure that out? Or can I call a coach? Can I talk to a coach? Can I do an email? Can I go on Facebook and go, hey, I just went ahead and locked up this property. I did this, I did that, and I did this. Can someone help me, please? With the blind leading the blind, or someone's going to come in and go, yeah, I'll help you. Maybe that dude needs a deal or a gal needs helping. They're either going to be awesome and try to help you, or they're going to say, yeah, no problem. I'm going to steal your deal, right? I'm going to JV. We'll say we're going to JV and I won't pay you. All kinds of shit happens, right? Hence the story of a property that we got. I won't say the state. I won't say the person. All I'll say it was an agent. Agent didn't really know what the hell was going on or what they're doing. We got the property on the table. They wrote it up like, hey, what's going on here? Said, no, you can't do that. You can't represent us. You're not going to represent me. You're not going to represent the people that are on the contract. We're just going to sign the deal. Oh, my God, what? I didn't know this. What does that mean? What is that? My broker, this and that, 20 years in the business or whatever, but on a part-time basis because it still has a full-time job. So what does that tell you, right? It's not a true expert at the end of the day. They're just kind of doing it for whenever. And then we kind of got to that point. Going, look, don't worry about it. Easy peasy. We've been doing this 19, 20 years. Our goal is creative real estate investing. We got a mortgage company, a real estate company, right? I'm head of the private real estate firm. I'll help you in any way we can. Let's work it out. Let's make it happen. All we need to do is a simple assignment agreement. What does that mean? What is that? Pretty much said, hey, the next day, shot a text. I'm just going to bow out on that deal. I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to go ahead and hand over the buyer to you because the person on the contract is a friend of mine. Okay, no problem. Next day, we're supposed to talk with the seller on the next day. All of a sudden, now wants to become a real estate investor, wants to learn the wholesale shit or assigning the deal. Oh, it's my client now. I don't want to share the client with you, blah, blah, blah. What does that tell you, right? Even agents can be unscrupulous, right? Even agents can be unprofessional. And I'm willing to say it. I don't care. You can love me, hate me at the end of the day, whether you're a real estate agent or a broker or a real estate investor, it does not matter, right? You're not the one that puts food on my table. You're not the Hopefully you're out there helping fellow Americans. If you're not, shame on you, right? Just helping yourself. Me. Get off that horse, or you're not going to make it through the next cycle. I don't care if you've been doing this 20 years. Just means you're just going to do less deals. This means that you're going to keep your job and you're going to hang your license somewhere and let it stay dormant until things change. That's how that happens, right? But I was a little pissed off because I'm a little disappointed in the person because they're very simple, right? Shoot me go ahead and give me a professional courtesy call back. Right? Because that's what an agent is. There's my thing with the real estate agent, right? The government gives you a license. So what? Doesn't mean you're professional. You don't know shit going into the business. But you have a license. And they consider you, just means that now anybody can sue you if you don't disclose, and they want to take you to wherever to do whatever because now you're licensed. You're considered a professional. But you don't know shit about real estate, right? It's a joke. Same thing with, hey, but you got your professional code of ethics that you're supposed to abide by. Your fiduciary responsibility to your seller and your clients. Even if the client is not under contract with you, what are you supposed to do? Take care of them. You have a fiduciary responsibility to return a fucking phone call, right? It cracks me up, right? Person wouldn't call back. Call me. It's okay. I'm not going to bite. We're not going to bite. Not a big deal. This tells me that you're a piece of shit and you don't call people back. Why the fuck would I want to do business with you? Why would anybody else want to do business with you? Right? And that's the thing. You got to be careful, man. It is what it is. It's a different world these days. Laundry can get unloaded anywhere, so do the right thing. Be professional. Could have had a deal, could have made a friend. All the deals, because a lot of agents who get deals, guess what? They don't go through. But if they want to make some money, hand them over to us, hand them over to the people here, hand them over to any of our mentees throughout the United States, or anybody who's in the business. Here's a pro tip for you. We'll go take them down. We'll go do a terms type deal. And we'll get you a paycheck, Mr. or Mrs. Agent, broker, because we can pay them now. We can pay them a referral fee. They can collect those fees, right? To a degree. It's just that they cannot pay fees out because they got RESPA and a bunch of other laws and bullshit that keeps them from doing that. Right? But people do it. There's ways of getting it done, and they do it. I'm not saying to do anything wrong or whatever, but the bottom line is that, yeah, you got a deal. You go do a listing. Oh, I can't do a listing because there's not enough money to make any money. But okay, give it to me. Give it to us. We'll go do what? We'll go talk to the seller. Put me in touch with the seller. We're going to go talk with them. Maybe we can get in their sub too. Oh, I can't do the deal because there's an NOD and there's a pre-foreclosure and they're going to foreclose on the 14th of July. And let's say, well, it's 14th. Let's say it was the 21st of July. Can we save that property? Sure. Can we go reinstate 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 200,000 bucks if we want to? If there's enough money in the deal, then we can reinstate. Can the agent reinstate? If they got the money, they could. Would they want to? Probably not. Unless they're a broker, then maybe they'll take that risk and they'll come in and say, I'm coming in as a principal, as a real estate investor, or they're going to say, I got a real estate investor and I'm representing this person to go ahead and do that for you or not. Us, we can, right? We're not under DRE or Texas real estate or Florida real estate or DRE in California. We're under Secretary of State at the end of the day. Right? So you got to do the right thing. We don't have to disclose shit if you're not an agent. If you're an agent, you better disclose that stuff, right? That you are a professional, but you're here acting as a principal. And then we can go ahead and reinstate that property, take it over, help them fix it, do whatever's going to happen, give them some money, but you helped your fellow American. That's the beauty thing. That's the beautiful thing about this, right? There's a lot of family members, uncles say they're going to do this and that. And guess what? Everybody bails when it comes to money, right? Unless you get lucky. And then we're coming, some strangers or some company, or even if it's not us, there's others. As long as they know what they need, as long as they understand the rules of the game and rules of engagement, then they'll go ahead and they'll help that fellow American where nobody else was able to help. That comes with skill set. It's not from understanding how to do wholesale deals. I'm like, scrap the wholesale shit. That's just going to go bye-bye the next 2-3 years anyways. It's going to be a new term, right? Maybe it'll get back to creative real estate investing, right? Maybe it'll change to the art of the deal. Maybe it'll change to what they call it now, creative finance, right? Same shit, seller finance, whatever. Everybody's going to have their own turn and spin on it. We'll do our turn and spin on it and focus on what? Creative real estate investing. I guess without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up. We're getting pretty long on this thingy here. What do we got? How much time? Oh, okay. Hour and 25 minutes. Any questions here? I know I went on a rant, but that was because some crazy stories came up. If you guys got any crazy stories, I'd love to hear them. But there's stuff that happens all the time in this business. Good, bad, ugly, funny, crazy. And I always say, go after the low-hanging fruit. Find the properties where you can help people. And there's money in that. If not, become a real estate agent. Go work with buyers. Find them a house. Do that. Go and get better and better. Become a real estate agent, a listing agent. And help people if you like the pretty houses and they like that and evaluating and then, put it on the market and get it sold. It's good money. Become a lender. Become a hard money lender. For us, it's all about creative real estate investing. But if you do and you're in California and you want to get into lending, come aboard. You want to get into real estate, come aboard. You want to get into creative real estate investing, SoCal is your home, or you can go to NorCal. We're opening up, the offices across the United States, only with the right people. Victor right now is over the head of Northern California. So if you need anything, and he's looking for core people, looking for acquisitions, Dispo, all that good stuff, right, to build the core. At the same token, deals are coming down the wire. So this one was about amplify your life, amplify your creative real estate investing, amplify the art of the deal, right? Because I'm amplified. Hopefully you are after this. Hopefully you can feel the energy at the end of the day. But it's truth. There's no bullshit in between this. You can read between the lines. You need to learn to read between the lines. You need to see the forest through the trees. Hopefully you get some awesome nuggets. Hopefully you're reading, because remember, this business is mindset. Mindset. This is the only thing you have control over is your mind. And there's deals. So if you're looking at unloading properties and you have properties, you want to do a buy order, contact us. If you're in Northern California, contact us. We'll go out and find these properties, or we may have some inventory already lined up for you. You want to come in, you want to write a check, do some friendship deals, give us a holler. Secured by First Trust Deed Investing. It'll be secured by a piece of real estate. We got some stuff on the table right now that's coming down through all over the United States of America, but we have some stuff in Northern California. If you're in Northern Cal, we'd love to speak with you. If you're in Washington, same thing. Texas, same thing. Southern California, Ohio, Missouri, Florida, Las Vegas. Really don't like Las Vegas, but it's okay. It's not that we won't take your money. It's just we'll make sure that shit is secure, right, with the right deal, and we'll lay it all out for you so you can see where the money's at. And if you want to move forward, rock and roll, let's do this thing. If not, that's okay too. We'll do buy orders and say, hey, I need some deals in Michigan. I can't find any deals. If you're out there and you want to become part of what's happening here, come aboard. Become a mentee. We'll train you. We'll work with you. Boots on the ground. We'll do deals together reciprocally. And then we have somebody out there, so then we can go ahead and do that buy order. Or we'll just go ahead and as long as we do this chit-chat, we either go attorney to attorney, company to company, or a little Zoomy to Zoomy. And if you're in California, come meet us. And you need 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 houses in Michigan, we'll find them for you. We'll spend the money, but we're not going to spend money unless we know you got money. Then we'll go ahead and do that. What's the other thing? One-on-one mentoring. You know who to get a hold of, right? Get a hold of Tyrell since he's right here. You got his mug right here. Say hi, Mr. Tyrell, right? Boom. There he is. Contact this man. He'll hook you up. We'll get you rocking and rolling. And Mr. Victor, I don't know where that guy's at. Corner there somewhere. Oh, where's he at? Mr. Victor, say hi, man. Victor, if you need to get Northern California, contact him. You need deals, contact him. Miss Courtney, as always, shining star, rocking and rolling in NorCal. I'm going to say it, right? Keep on rocking. Don't get frustrated. Yes, I said the name. I just won't say any last names or anything, right? But come on out. Meet some people. We got an awesome giant conference room there in Northern California that's just ready to rock. It just needs some people, needs more people, needs some more love. At the end of the day, we'll continue to do these because that's what it's about. There's education here. Suck it up. Come and jump on this stuff, right? It's going to change your life. It's just more of not. It's like life coaching with real estate, right? I don't even like the word coaching because coaching is just I don't know. It's just a different feel. Mentoring is different, right? You're taking someone under your wing. You really care, and you're rocking and rolling. And the goal is to make it reciprocal. As I always say in that office, right? You want to come in and work in that office, make us some money, right? Our goal is to make you money. If you're making money, we're making money. We want to cash checks. And if you're in Northern California, come on out, talk to these guys, gals, me, everybody. And like I said, either first trusted investor, friendship deals, want to get into some mentoring. Mentoring is going to save you 3 to 5 years in this industry. Guarantee it. 6 months of one-on-one, and it's reciprocal. Coaching with interactive mentoring, it's going to save you about 1 or 2 years in this business. 30-day challenge, because there's some people that come aboard or they don't come aboard. It's like, hey, you know what? I don't know. They're just not quite ready for the one-on-one. They need to get beat up in the industry more. They need to spend some more cash and then come on back to us and to eliminate that bullshit. Hey, do the 30-day challenge. It's going to help you. It's going to shave off 6 to 12 months in this business, right? It's almost like a boot camp of what to do or what not to do. It'll help you. That's our cause and mission across the United States and eventually the world. Our goal is to be one of the largest creative real estate investment firms in the United States of America and the world if God allows it. Hopefully got a couple of cycles in me, finding awesome people that are right here on this with you. Tyrell, Courtney, we got Victor, Erick's doing his thing. We got people across the United States, right? We got Lance, Sweden, people I work with here in California, investors. Hey, I bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, wealth. Okay, no pun intended. I do believe in God we trust. United we stand. I'm a patriot. I'm local of California. I'm a native of California. I've been in this country for obviously I should say not cycles, but I should say what's the word I'm looking for? Generations, right? We're building that out. Our goal is to break that chain, right? It's everybody's goal is to break the generation of their past, right? Because I always tell my kids, hey, you guys are here. You're better models of myself. And, at the end of the day, let's go. Let's rock and roll, right? And don't be afraid of the world. Go out and get it. If somebody tells you no, that just means they're showing you their limits. That, hey, this can't be done. That can't be done. Don't listen to the bullshit. You can do it. You are the magic in this. You, at the end of the day, are the one that's going to make this happen. And when you have support and you have somebody rocking and rolling in your corner, along with books, right? Because I had to do it with a lot of negativity. And my support was God, as well as books that I read. Think and Grow Rich, 17 Principles of Success, other books by Ogman, Dino, and sales books, right? But I got my 2 that are to the core, that I live by the core, right? Which is Think and Grow Rich, and then the 17 Principles by the same author. And then I'm reading a new one. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. And I don't like the word rich in there, right? But rich can be anything. Rich in the heart, rich in the mind, which is what it teaches. Mind, body, and soul. If you have all those 3 together and you're vibrating and rocking and rolling with those 3, a lot of people, I'm still working on it too, right? I know my mind and my soul, my body, well, hey, I need to work on that shit, right? We all do to a degree. Or if your mind's not right, you better get it right. If your soul's not right, you better get it right. But because they all got to be functioning together for you to have your type of success, whatever success is. And that's another thing I talk about. What is success? Who gives a shit? Whatever success is to you is what matters, right? Whatever it's a car, whether it's the business, whether it's your family, and achieving certain things. Everybody has a certain type of success, and then when you achieve it, you pivot to another piece and another piece and another piece, right? And that's the beauty of life, right? It's a beautiful ride. What was that? Dewey Cox, beautiful ride shit, right? If nobody knows what that is, it's okay. But there's a movie called Walk Hard, and it's a parody of Elvis and all these musicians and stuff, right? But it's a funny flick. Watch it. But there is a cool song there. It says a beautiful ride. That's what life's all about. Enjoy that ride. It's a beautiful ride if you want to enjoy it. Don't get stressed out. Don't trip out too much. But it's a lot easier when you're working with somebody and you have a vision in mind and you're vibrating at a higher frequency. That's why you got to hang out with people who have the same mission as you. That's what we have here at AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track, together with you and others. Amplify, the American Mentor Program, where it's the only program of its kind, where we train and mentor people 6 days, or I should say 7 days a week, right? add that Sunday thing in there because I've been, I don't know, but it's 7 days a week if needed. For 6 months, one-on-one mentoring. Our goal is to do deals and be reciprocal in what we do to get you up and running in your business. We always think franchise, but it's not. It's more like those are the things that work. Systems and processes work, right? That's why franchises are successful. That's why they do those things. And I always reiterate, super, just really hardcore on that stuff, right? And people are like, man, why you gotta be so anal about the steps? Why you gotta be so anal about this shit? Because it works. If you don't want to do it, then hey, I guarantee you if it's not happening for you, it's because you skipped some steps. Oh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to send that email this way or that way. Then you're not going to get the results that you want to get. You're not going to get to that point where you can taste some success and have some success. It works, so you can get those results, right? And when you get those results, we talk about those results to turn you into an expert. Everything's downloaded into your mind, right? It's just a matter of recalling it. And the only way to recall that stuff is muscle memory, right? Like we're trying to walk as babies, right? You got to figure it out. Now we just walk like it's nothing. We don't have to think about, man, do I take a step backward, step forward? I got to do this. Do I got to think about taking a drink of water? No, it's all muscle memory. But if you don't have any questions, I'm going to say without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. Before we wrap, do you have any questions here? Anything we can hit on? Anything we can share with the world at the end of the day? Anything you want to share? Tyrell?
Yeah.
Victor?
Hey, you want to share that NorCal property that we're working on?
Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Just
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, we can pull it up.
Pull the video? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. What the longer video? How you doing, Courtney? You doing okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Cold?
A little chilly.
Uh-oh. Let me get out of here. Hold on. Let's do this. Oh. All right, hold on.
Hey everybody, this is Vic and Erick with AJ Americans Helping Americans. How's it going, man? We're out here in with AJ.
Oop, wrong one.
Americans. How's it going? You with us on the Meetup group, or you can hit up
All right, 1 second. You sent it to me, Vic? There you go.
You got it?
Oh, Sal. I got it. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Bear with me.
Hopefully he goes to that one too. Hopefully he plays the right one.
Is that what we're doing? We're going to what? I'm trying.
Yeah, it caught me off guard here, man. So let me do this real quick. We want to do a window, right? So we got share right here. I'll play it. Open it. I'm gonna minimize it. That's the wrong motherfucker one. Yeah, do this one here. Excuse my French. Can you see that?
No. There we
You
go.
see?
Yeah.
All right. Fixer upper. Big backyard. On this particular property, it's going to need a little bit of love fixing up. It's got good bones. This can go fix and flip, buy and hold, Airbnb, assisted living, sober living, people with disabilities living type stuff. Awesome area for sure. Market's, doing what it's going to do. Can go, but investors, if you're looking to do some friendship deals, here's one right here. Awesome days on the market, super quick, awesome, beautiful area, and reach out. Reach out to Northern California office, or call 888-828-1468. You can text there as well. Get a hold of us, and we'll share this with you. We'll get an NC&D in place. If you're new, if you already been working with us, no problem. This means you probably, if you're on that A list, you probably got the deal. If not, it's super, super fresh right now. You're going to get this deal. We'll work it. It's whoever is willing to come into it, write the check first at the end of the day, or just work with us on it. We're going to fix it and flip it is the goal. If not, there's some other things that I'll talk about, but I won't get too deep into it. What do you think, guys? Questions?
No questions and stuff. No, I just wanted everybody to come check out the type of properties that we've been coming across and stuff. If it's cool, I want to express a little bit about the situation of the seller and stuff. I mean, is that all right with you? And just what we're seeing
good, man.
Because I mean, there's a lot of pre-foreclosures going on and stuff, and a lot of notice defaults, trustees and stuff like that, and we were able to go through and do this walkthrough on this property, and we found a couple options that we could help the seller with and stuff like that. So I mean, this right here, guys, whoever's watching and stuff, putting right here, we did a walkthrough and stuff. We locked it up. I'm saying, if you guys want to find out more about it and stuff like that, whether you're a cash buyer or something like that, feel free to reach out to us, and we can explain more to you about the Tahoe property. Has a lot of potential, and a lot of that stuff that's in there, that clutter and stuff like that, is going to be removed and stuff. The actual owner's going to keep a lot of that stuff and take it with them. So, look at that backyard, man. That backyard's awesome. It's huge. Yeah, second one backyard.
Groovy Tunes. Yep. And just FYI, we got some stuff coming down the wire. Hopefully, you don't mind. If do you want? Is it okay if I tell them anything about your stuff there, Courtney? Or no?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. So Miss Courtney's got some stuff in Ohio and doing a couple of things, as well as Northern California, which we'll be making some calls tomorrow, right? And then
Yes.
in Ohio, if you got buyers that are looking for Ohio, or you're a buyer, you see this, right? Or you promote it. We're going to get into that because there's going to be some Ohio properties from Cleveland, Ohio, that are a lot of tired landlords, but there's some good stuff in there. She's getting this stuff out there and hunking and chunking at the end of the deal and do what needs to be done. That's obviously a great opportunity to start building your buyers list, and there'll be some contracts coming down the wire. So I'm proud of you for doing what you need to do there. But properties like this, right, come down the wire, and that was the interesting one because it took a long time to do what needs to be done. You just got to be able to take the time to make it happen. As far as getting out there and doing the walkthrough, and that's going to start happening. Obviously, in the NorCal area, it's already happening. But I mean, as we move forward, it's part of the process. When you can look somebody in the eye and work with them, and provide those solutions to them, and then go back and forth, and you're building a relationship with them where it's not just, hey, it's too easy. I don't know where my phone's at. It's over there, right? But it's too easy to look at a phone and text and say, no, I'm not interested, or yes, I'm interested, or shoot an email or a text, right? It's just more impersonal, and that's kind of where the world's going. I definitely get it. Thanks to social media and thanks to this stuff here. It makes things impersonal, but it's also an awesome tool, right? I think Cardone said the same thing, right? If you're not on social media and doing your stuff, you're missing the game, right? But at the same token, just means there's more people, right? There's more fish in the barrel that they're going to do this all day long. Bam, 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 right? So like, man, I don't want to be the fish in the barrel. How do I want to be the dude shooting the fish in the barrel, right? So kind of like the gold thing, right? I'm changing the subject a little bit, but or changing the analogy of like gold, right? When there was a gold rush in California, people made tons of money selling the tools, right? I get that. But at the same token, people are out there digging for gold and going for the American dream and this and that. But then something would what? They'd hit this is in your Think and Grow Rich book. They hit that vein, and then all of a sudden they can't find the vein. So the guys that were selling the tools and stuff, and gals, right? They would say, I'll buy that from you. Yeah, I'm done. You done? You done, Joe? Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here. I got the money I need to make, and my gold stopped. I can't find it. I'm tired. I'm out. Okay? So then they step out. But then the ones that are selling the tools are like, shit, I'll buy that deal, right? I'll buy that mine from you. I'll buy all your tools back at a discount too, because they're going to be resold again, right? That's this real estate. It goes through cycles. Become the expert in your area. Become and learn the art of the deal, right? And then you too can pick and choose who you want to work with at the end of the day. And the same thing for sellers, and decide whether you want to work with them or not. But having the leverage and understanding those things, you too can be the one who's selling the tools to people, right? The same token, buying that inventory and going for the low-hanging fruit, right? And some people just don't want to do that. I just want to go and I want to dig and go for gold. But at the end of the day, unless you have the right tools, again, right? There's probably that story, right? Was it 4 feet away from gold? Because someone went out there with some sonar and they did this and they bounced off of this and they go, there's gold right there. Awesome. And they sold that what? They sold that piece of gold for pennies on the dollar. But someone else came in and knew a little bit more and with the experience found where that vein is at and it became one of the biggest, gold mines ever, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes, right? Doesn't mean it. We're not all trying to do that. We're not all trying to strike gold and become gazillionaires, right? But if we're helping our fellow Americans do certain things, and you should become an expert in everything or anything that you do and put your heart into it, you'll get the results you need, right? And then if you got other people working with you and they have the same passion, then that's really what you want, right? And that's in that book again, the Mastermind Alliance, right? This definiteness of purpose, desire, PMA, positive mental attitude. That's what needs to happen in this world these days, right? I said it before. I wouldn't be the type of person we need more love, kumbaya or kumbaya, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? But it's true. Frequency's low. People are, have different mentalities right now. Moral compass. You got to change that. Change your moral compass. Positive mental attitude. Get out there and do what you need to do. Follow your dreams. Follow your ambitions. Become successful at any. There's certain niches, right? Everybody's better than certain things than others. Okay. So get together and make that happen. That's what's happening in Northern California and anywhere we work together and do these things, right? Because it's reciprocal. We're all going for the same thing. We all want to help our fellow Americans. We all want to help our families. We all want to help ourselves. We all want to have the nice things in life so we can do certain things and help other people. That's why it's a selection process. People we work with, at the end of the day, are people with the same mindset, right? They want to do good. They want to help others. They want to do some things to help people, right? They want to have the money to be able to do that. And I thank you guys for showing up. I thank you guys for doing what you do. And I thank you for helping others and being part of the cause and the mission, because that's really what it's about, and digging deep. Rocking and rolling. You guys are doing a phenomenal job down there. I hate the word phenomenal because that's like a multi-level marketing word, right? You guys are kicking ass and rock and rolling, right? And we appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're here to help you. If you see this video anywhere floating around out there, whether it's full video or monetized, chopped up for whatever reason, go check out Amplify, check out the Spotify, check out the blog, go to Facebook, social media, wherever. Reach out to us. Reach out to me. We're all approachable at the end of the day. Knock on wood, we'll be here for a couple of more cycles in this business. Reach out and hopefully we can help you out in one manner or another, right? Rock and roll in all that you do. Without further ado, in God we trust, united we stand, and let's go do our thing. Let's go build some legacies for ourselves and for others. All good? We good?
All good.
All good over here.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Keep on rocking and rolling, and we'll see you a little bit later. You know what's happening. So, howdy. Enjoy your evening, guys.
You too, Eric. Appreciate your time.
Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
All right.